You know, we've had some pretty big moments on over the past 11 years. You know, he and I have reflected on this many times. We've had, you know, we've had major milestones. We've had major losses. We've had, you know, triumphs and tribulations and everything in between. And it's hard to pick what moment really stands out the most. For me, it's not a moment. It's what 11 years has given us. And you know, I know there's some sort of quote that, you know, life is not defined by the things you have, but by the relationships you have. And I believe that the relationships that we have that we have acquired over the course of the show are the biggest thing that we've gotten from it. Those are the greatest moments, the moments that I get to have with you know, my A-camera operator, or our on-set props, or with Jared, or with Misha, or with Mark, or with Tim, or with, you know, these people that I think just bring so much life and love and color to the world that is Supernatural. That is my favorite thing about the show. Thanks.
Yeah, essentially the same thing. I remember, you know, I remember asking Jensen to stand in my wedding. I remember him asking me to stand in his wedding. I remember meeting my wife on set and asking her name, and she like blew me off, which was awesome. It was awesome. I remember getting picked up for the back 9 of season 1, and I remember getting picked up for season 2. But show-wise, there was a 200th episode party that was thrown just for the crew and the cast and their friends and family. And Phil and Todd Aronauer and our team vendors had put together this montage of 10 seasons of Supernatural, and it was on 4 different big old screens, maybe like 80-inch screens each or something. And we were at the, what was it, Pan Pacific? And it was called Pan Pacific in Vancouver. And you looked around, and it was like Eric Kripke and Jeremy Carver and Peter Roth. I mean, you looked around, and it was like, these are all the people that have been involved with getting the show where it was. And then the sound kicked in and the screens turned on, and it was a 3 or 4 minute long compilation, and 4 screens were all showing different things at the same time. And it was a really cool experience to look back and go like, man, 200 episodes, 10 years, a lot has happened. And it's still going on, and I hope to one day see the 300th episode party. But that sticks out to me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hi there.
Hey guys, my name's Emily. My question is for Jensen.
Sweet.
So I'm a technical theater major. This year I've recently been doing a lot of work in the theater. And Jensen, with your directing and acting, I was wondering how you manage the multitasking and time management.
Great question, technical question. We have an unbelievable team of ADs that have really helped facilitate the expediting of everything that we've done for the past 11 years. So I've had Kevin Parks as my first AD all 5 times that I've directed, and he is a wizard when it comes to time management and doing stuff like that. So I lean on him quite a bit, and I think that that's one thing that, in my opinion, the directors that come on our show that haven't directed it before and really succeed at doing so are the ones that are available and use the talent that is the crew that is around them, because they understand it, they know it, they know how to facilitate it, how to get things done. And if they dig their heel, if a director digs his heel in, like Jared's doing, cramp, then that can backfire quickly. So, I guess it's easy to say surround yourself with very talented people and it'll make your job a lot easier, but it's true. If you've got people that are in positions that you can trust them to help you move along, then that's key. But you can also do things too as a director. You you can, I lay out a scene and I'm like, okay, this is all the stuff I need. Now let me start trimming. What is excess here? What don't I need? What can I take away that still gets the story told properly? But the key element is to always tell the story and don't sacrifice that. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm an aerialist in a show here in Vegas, so I do, crazy, scary stuff up high for other people's amusement for a living. So I just wanted to know what the scariest or most exciting stunt you guys did yourselves you didn't give to your stunt guys.
Well, I was going to tell you a cool story about us jumping 12 feet through a church window, but if you're an aerialist in Las Vegas, the 12 feet is probably like what you do in your sleep.
It's not that good.
It was to me.
Well, you have to explain the situation. It wasn't just like
it was
jumping off a second story out of a second story window. It was jumping out of a second story window that was opaque. So you trust that there's something there to catch you on the other side when you can't see it. So it's essentially jumping with your eyes closed. And
she's like, yeah.
She's like, yeah. My eyes are closed most of the time.
That was a bit of a mind-body disconnect. It wasn't mortifying.
Yeah, but once I did it once, I was like, oh, let's do it again.
Another thing that I wouldn't say was scary, but was like,
sorry guys.
Oh, this is gonna suck, was the bees, because we knew we were gonna get stung. So it wasn't scary, like we didn't think we were gonna die, we knew we weren't allergic, we were like, well, this is gonna suck. All right, let's go swat 40,000 bees as they're like pissed off at us. That was pretty scary.
They don't let us do a whole lot of the big, getting tossed and getting air rammed 30 feet and stuff. It's just a liability. I mean, my, not Todd, but another guy who stunt doubles for me, Jesse, he got air rammed about 40 feet last year and snapped his collarbone. And so, he's healed, he's fine, he's great, but that obviously put him out, and they can't afford something like that to happen to your eye. Even if, some little guy named Oscar Chow decides to break your shoulder. It's Master Chow, to be honest. So they don't let us do those big ones. I've often wanted to do. I've been like, I want to do that. That looks fun, but it's more of an insurance thing. They don't let us. So they will let us do a lot of the smaller hand-to-hand stuff, throwing ourselves into bookcases, things like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, we kind of are handcuffed by liability. So
yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Luke. You guys ever want to come learn some circuits?
Hey.
You let me know, I'll make it happen.
Sweet. As long as I've got a wire on me, I'm good.
Thank you. Hey!
Was it the last question? Yeah. I believe it is the last question time.
And she is from Bakersfield, Arizona.
Sarah, would you like to sit down, or you just want to hang out?
Massachusetts.
Good choice.
She's from Bakersfield, Illinois. Sarah.
Hi there. How are you? So, you have the pleasure of asking the very last question. What is it?
Well, as you can see by my shirt, I am campaigning for Crowley Dean 2016.
Make America supernatural again. Naturally super again.
Yeah.
We have the whole cabinet on the back.
President Crowley, Vice President Dean, Speaker of the House, Sammy Boy, Secretary of State Gabriel, Treasury, Kevin Tran. Jesus, you have like 45 different positions. You know a lot of these people are dead.
Chief of Staff, Kane.
Communications Director, Chuck Shirley.
somebody who could communicate, being the director of it.
I specifically like Secretary of the Department of the Interior of the Cage, Lucifer.
I can tell there's a certain like hierarchy on her list, and like the bummer is suddenly you're like comptroller, monster number 5. Like
Key grip.
So, what is your question?
So my question is, if any character on Supernatural could run for president, who would you pick and why?
Jensen, you first.
play a little thinking for the answer here, music.
Well, oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
I'm gonna steal from the audience. I'd go Charlie.
What do you got, Ackles?
I'm gonna go with Bobby Singer.
And that was the last one. No more.
Yeah, we did. Vegas, we love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to share this time with you guys. We're super stoked about season 12. We hope you are too. And we hope to see you all again real soon. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jensen Ackles!
Pictures and videos I will post later.
Yes. Robbie. Richard says I'm still basking in the glow. I can still smell their essence. Yeah. I'm right now. I'm getting all the musk I need to blame things on.
Yeah. The great thing about being in this casino is the musk is going to get recirculated. It's going to get recirculated musk.
It's gonna get this. The musk is gonna get pulled up in the system, mixed with cigarette smoke.
Yeah.
And shot back down.
Back down to the blackjack table.
Love you all and wish you were all
How
here.
about that, people? Enjoy yourselves. Great. We get a little intermission now. We'll be back in a little bit. We still have people coming to the stage. We still have fun things happening. We'll be back in a little buddy. Little buddy. We'll be back in a little buddy. I use buddy as a measure of time. I've got 4 buddies until lunch. 2.5 buddies. We'll be back in a little buddy.